In the near future, do you want to see more of Elvira in movies and on TV? After this introduction image, this video presents Elvira comic book covers from 1986 through 2024, all in chronological order. While the covers go by, lots of fascinating information is provided, but is not intended to correspond to the specific cover being shown. Publishers include DC Comics, Claypool Comics, and Dynamite Entertainment. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, is a horror hostess character portrayed by Cassandra Peterson, an American actress who was born in Kansas in 1951. When she was a toddler, she was scalded by boiling water, which required skin grafts to cover over 35% of her body to heal, resulting in her having to spend 3 months in the hospital. In a 2011 interview, Peterson stated that as a child, she was more fascinated by horror-themed toys, while other girls were occupied with Barbie dolls. In elementary school, she watched House on Haunted Hill, which was the first horror movie she ever saw. During her teens, Peterson worked as a go-go dancer. Inspired by Anne Margaret in the movie Viva Las Vegas, while on a trip to Las Vegas, Nevada, during high school, she convinced her parents to let her see a live show where she was noticed by the production staff. Despite being only 17, she convinced her parents to let her sign a contract. Immediately after graduating from high school in Colorado Springs, she drove to Las Vegas and became a showgirl, and met Elvis Presley and went on a date with him. She had a small role as a showgirl in the 1971 James Bond movie Diamonds Are Forever, and as a topless dancer in the 1974 movie The Working Girls. In the early 1970s, she moved to Italy and became a lead singer of 2 rock bands and obtained movie acting work. When she returned to the United States, she worked at the Playboy Club in Miami as a showgirl and later signed up with Hugh Hefner's Playboy modeling agency, working as a hostess and model. She also toured nightclubs and discos around the country with a musical comedy act, and she appeared in several adult magazines. In 1979, she joined the Los Angeles-based improvisational and sketch comedy troupe The Groundlings, and based her Elvira persona in part on a Valley Girl-type character that she created while a member of the troupe. She was one of 2 finalists for the role of Ginger Grant for the 3rd Gilligan's Island television movie in 1981, but she was dropped before filming. In 1981, 6 years after the death of Larry Vincent, who starred as host Sinister Seymour of a Los Angeles weekend horror show called Fright Night, show producers began to bring the show back. The producers decided to use a hostess. They asked 1950s horror hostess Malia Nurmi to revive the Vampira show. Nurmi worked on the project for a short time, but quit when the producers would not hire Lola Falana to play Vampira. The station sent out a casting call, and Peterson auditioned and won the role for Los Angeles television station KHJ-TV. She and her best friend, Robert Redding, came up with the sexy goth vampire look after producers rejected her original idea to look like Sharon Tate's character in The Fearless Vampire Killers. They created the Elvira look by drawing inspiration from a kabuki makeup book and the hairstyle of the Ronettes. Peterson gained fame on KHJ-TV, wearing a revealingly black gothic cleavage-enhancing gown and with a heaven bump hairstyle, as host of Elvira's Movie Macabre that features B-movies particularly those in horror and science fiction genres. The show originally aired locally from 1981 to 1986. Adopting the flippant tone of a California Valley girl, she brought a satirical, sarcastic edge to her commentary. She reveled in dropping risque double entendres and making frequent jokes about her cleavage. In an AOL Entertainment News interview, Peterson said, "I figured out that Elvira is me when I was a teenager. She's a spastic girl. I just say what I feel and people seem to enjoy it." Her camp humor, sex appeal, and good-natured self-mockery made her popular with late-night movie viewers, and her popularity soared. The Elvira character soon evolved from an obscure cult figure to a lucrative brand. She was associated with many products through the 1980s and 1990s, including Halloween costumes, comic books, action figures, trading cards, pinball machines, Halloween decor, model kits, calendars, perfume, and dolls. She co-wrote and starred in the 1988 movie Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, a comedy horror movie which follows Elvira inheriting a house nestled in an overly prudish community. The plot starts off after TV hostess Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, quits her job after the station's new owner sexually harasses her. She plans to open an act in Las Vegas, but needs $50,000 for the project. Upon learning she is a beneficiary of her deceased great-aunt Morgana, she travels to Falwell, Massachusetts, to claim her inheritance, which includes a mansion. In Falwell, Elvira's worldly attitude and revealing clothes set the conservative town council against her. But theater operator Bob Redding befriends her. The town's teenagers quickly accept her to the chagrin of their parents, who consider her a bad influence. Bowling alley owner Patty is interested in Bob and succeeds in humiliating Elvira. The engaging comedy continues from there. She later co-wrote and starred in the 2001 movie Elvira's Haunted Hills. The show was revived in 2010 as Elvira's Movie Macabre, in which Elvira hosted public domain movies. The revival aired on this TV until 2011. Elvira returned as a horror hostess in 2014 with 13 Nights of Elvira, a 13-episode series produced by Hulu. In 2021, she recreated her show for a one-night movie marathon on the streaming service Shudder to celebrate the show's 40th anniversary. The special was called Elvira's 40th Anniversary Very Scary, Very Special. As to her personal life, Peterson had a liaison with Jon Voight, as well as with Robert De Niro during the filming of The Godfather Part 2. Peterson married musician Mark Pearson in 1981, and he soon became her personal manager. They had one daughter, Sadie Pearson, and were divorced in 2003. Peterson released her memoir, Yours Cruelly, Elvira, Memoirs of the Mistress of the Dark, in 2021. She revealed in the book that she had been in a relationship with a woman since 2002, following Peterson's separation from her husband. More videos like this one, short and longer can be viewed at the Comic Excitement Convention Female Superhero Hero Playlist. Please like, comment, subscribe, and click the notifications bell.